Good evening, guys. It's the Orion Starseed. I wanted to do a energetic reading for R. Kelly. Normally I do horoscopes, and I did do the reading for Jasmine Barnes, but Spirit led me to do an energetic reading for R. Kelly this evening. Just a little background on R. Kelly for those. I know most people know who he is, but for those that do not, R. Kelly is an R&B singer who came out in the 90s. He did have a few scandals for marrying Aaliyah in the 90s. When she was around 15 years old, they doctored the marriage certificate to say she was 18 at the time when he was in his mid-20s at that time. Also, there was a sex tape that, again, there was a sex tape that came out with one of his artists, I want to say niece, and she was around the age of 14. I'm not going to go into that sex tape, but yes, he did some things in that sex tape that were very horrendous, and he did go to trial for it, but he was found not guilty at the time. But he did make a few hits, and
even speculation of it,
he was pretty much the king of R&B. But going forward, just what I'm energetically feeling from Spirit, R. Kelly grew up a tough life from a single-parent home. I'm not seeing that there was a male figure around him energetically. Spirit is showing me that he grew up in such a way that he had to pretty much take care of himself with just his siblings. Also, Spirit is also showing me that growing up, he was also molested. I'm seeing by a family members, plural. Also, I'm not seeing that he got a full education like most do, going all the way up until 12th grade. I'm seeing that he did not finish his whole education, but then again, that's stuff that you can also Google. But what Spirit is showing me that he wasn't growing fully intellectually, as well as he was bullied a lot, taken advantage of sexually within his family. Also, Spirit is also showing me that he has a very dark cloud around him, and that he's dealt with a lot of things, and because of that, mentally, he is not fully matured. With that being said, that is why he attracts to women that are not mentally mature, because he's not mentally mature, so therefore he cannot connect with a woman at his actual age. So therefore, because he's at that level of maturity, he likes to control his situations, because in his life growing up, he could never be in control. With that being said, with the women that he's around, he likes to control, especially women. He has no respect for women. He kind of, in a way, sees women as inferior. He kind of has the Napoleon complex in his mind, in a way. He sees women almost in a way as the lesser force. No respect. And with that being said, he feels as if he needs to be the authority over all women. He has absolutely no respect for any women. So therefore, because he has no respect for women, he has to demean them in a way. Also, R. Kelly has a perverted mind. He literally lives his life within his root chakra, his primitive chakra, his lower self, and from his ego. He literally sees himself in a way that he's untouchable. He cannot be touched. And also, because of his fame and because of his money, he feels he can pay anybody off. And he lives in his own world within his mind. Also, he kind of is in a way, because he's in this lower vibration, this lower frequency. He kind of uses God in a way, like in the media, almost, as a manipulation force, because he knows that in the black community, unfortunately, that is a way to manipulate us. It sells money. It manipulates our way of thinking when it comes to him. So he uses it to control our minds. Music is another way to control us. He feels like if he makes good music, if he changes the words around in his music to kind of like control us, we'll go right along with him. It's no coincidence why he calls himself the Pied Piper. We already know what that represents. We already know the story of what the Pied Piper is. It's no coincidence why he calls himself the Pied Piper. It's no coincidence why he goes after children, because it's easy. I mean, it literally leaves no room for error. It literally, think about it. Children think at a lower frequency. Children are easier to manipulate. Children's intellect is easier to twist into mold. And that is why he does that. Spirit is also showing me he could never be with a woman his age, with their intellect. They're going to expect more. They're going to want more. And that intimidates him. It makes him mad. Think about it. Spirit is showing me he already has zero respect, especially when it comes to women. And if he is around a woman who stands with power, pride, self-worth, and he already has zero respect for women. And then if he was to be with a woman who stands in her authentic self, and he knows there's no way he could manipulate that type of woman, he's going to want the complete opposite, because there's no way he can control that type of woman. And men, to him, is he knows what they would want. They want to, to live that fast life too. It's easy to manipulate them too. Money and fame, that's easy. So he uses those primitive, low vibrational forces to get his way. And he picked up on that quick. Yes, he is a musical genius. So that's what he uses to get his way. Spirit is also showing me eventually he will do jail time. But also Spirit is showing me too that those that were complicit, like his, like his staff, his security, his managers, the women that were around him that helped him to go out and find those younger women, they're going to speak out only because they don't want to be held accountable. Not so much because they're like, oh, I want to, I don't know, I don't want to like be, I feel bad for those women, and, my heart yearns or aches for those women, and what he's doing is wrong. No, it's not because of that what Spirit is showing me. It's more so because they don't want to be held accountable. So you're going to see more people like that coming out. Not because they care about these women. Not because they want to do what's best. It's because they don't want to go down with R. Kelly. Robert Kelly. Okay? And with this new documentary that's coming out, Spirit is showing me some of those women were speaking their authentic truth, And also Spirit showing me all these women were victims, but not every woman that were in that documentary are up there because they, how can I explain this? They weren't all up there because they are up there because they want to, speak their authentic truth, because they know it's wrong, and because they want to save these women. Some of them are up there because they wanted the bag. They wanted the money. That's why some of them are up there. Spirit is showing me the wife, what's her name? Andrea Kelly. Just something about her. Spirit is showing me about her. She has a dark cloud over her head. It's all about the money. She does not care about the women. She does not care about saving the woman. Just something about her. Her compass is totally off. And Spirit is showing that to me. But some of those women, they really do care, and they really are speaking out against him. Because it was fear in the past. But now they feel like the numbers are more, and they have a voice now. But some of those women, no. It's about the money. It's about getting the bag. I hate to say it, guys. But I think some of y'all can feel that. Some of the comments I've seen on Facebook, I think some of y'all know. And then some of them just do not want to be held accountable because they know. They know. They know. But that is just the energetic feel of what Spirit has been showing me, guys. And I just wanted to say that. I normally don't like to do readings about people because, hey, that's their business. Let people live their life. I don't do celebrity readings on people that are alive unless, one, they have passed away and, it's a mysterious death. I will do a reading on that. Like, for example, Jasmine Barnes. Or something like this. R. Kelly, and you did something wrong, and we need to know answers. Okay? That is why I was led to do this reading on R. Kelly, guys. So, all right, guys. Blessings, okay? Peace and light.